Hey everybody, it's TJ, and I know today isn't Thursday, but I decided to just do my video ahead of time because I've missed the past 2 weeks, and I feel really bad about that. I'm just super busy right now. My usual excuse, I've just been really busy with school and work, but I want to talk about the topics I missed just because I feel like they were really good topics, and then I will talk about this week's topic. So, the first one I missed was surgery plans, and that for me is still something that I guess I've kind of been putting off a little just because right now I'm focused on being involved in gender therapy and starting hormones. As far as surgery is concerned, I'm pretty certain that my dad's insurance is not going to cover anything, so unless I start to go under my own insurance or something, chest surgery really isn't a possibility for me right now. I'm fairly certain that I want to go to Garamoni, but not exactly yet. It's just, right now it's kind of up in the air for me, I think, like where I'm going to go. I think I need to do a little bit more research because I talk to people and they say Garamoni, if you're interested about looks, Garamoni is going to be the best. And I am very interested in it looking the best I possibly will. But at the same time, I've also heard that if you care about having sensation still, that Garamoni is not maybe the best person to go to. And lately, that's what I've been thinking about a lot. Do I want to be able to feel my chest someday? And I do. I think I really do. At least want to be able to have some sort of sensation still once I'm done with surgery. So there's that for top surgery, and then for bottom surgery, as of right now, I don't think I'm going to get it. I think that, I have, as much as I'd like to be able to physically be a male all around, I guess, I think, my junk works just fine, and I don't really want to mess with it. That's kind of my view on it right now. So that's surgery plans. So I guess right now I don't really have any surgery plans, but one day. And then trans hate in the community is a big topic, and it's something that I think is really important to talk about, so I definitely want to incorporate it in this video. I see a lot of trans hate, even within the LGBT community. And I think a big source of it is because people just don't understand. And I have found that when people don't understand about certain issues or a certain minority, it's just easier to make fun of it or, be cruel than to try to understand it. Because, I know some people that used to use the word tranny, and now that they know me, they won't be caught dead saying that word anymore because they know it's offensive to the trans community. And they just needed to be educated about the trans community for their thoughts to change. But yeah, I definitely see trans hate, but more so just ignorance towards the trans community. I think an unwillingness to understand gender variance, which I think is really sad because our gender binary is so strict, and I think if people just took the time to get to realize how much our society constructs gender, I think we would all be a little bit happier if we were able to, express gender in a more, I don't know what the word I want to use, maybe liberal or variant way. And yeah, I think so. There's definitely trans hate out there, but even more so just, I think, ignorance towards learning more about the community. Last week, I attended a panel where 3 trans-identified alumni from my college came and spoke, and it was really, really interesting. And they talked about trans hate and how it even is brewed in with the LGBT community, and how sometimes in a lot of spaces it'll be, LGB friendly, but not necessarily the T. And I think that's definitely just hopefully with more outreach and exposure, people will start to incorporate the T more and realize that that is still a group that is very discriminated against as a minority. So that's my thoughts on that. This week, we're supposed to talk about if we had any signs of being trans as a kid. And I've actually thought a lot about this, just because I was a stereotypical girl growing up. My mother put me in dresses. I had long hair. In kindergarten, everyone remembers me as the girl who wore dresses with matching socks and hair ties. Like, my mom actually bought dresses that came with, like, matching shit. Like, I never really liked wearing it, but I never really said no either. I kind of just went along with it. And when I think about myself as a kid, I really see myself as, like, not having a gender. Like, I see one being placed on me because I was an only daughter, living with a single mom, so I definitely was pushed to be a girl, but necessarily, like, presenting as a girl was not something that I did until probably middle school, early junior high. Then I started to, wear makeup and get into wanting to look good for the boys. But growing up, there was always these signs of me being different. And once I reached high school, I thought it was because I was a lesbian. I thought it was because since I liked women, I was, the reasons why I felt like I wanted to be the man, like, in movies and with other guys, like, on the playground. I always thought that was why, and, like, I don't know, I just have some definite, like, light bulb moments, like, when I was a kid. Like, I remember asking my mom, like, hey, I just came home from playing with my cousin, and, like, he has these really fun toys, like, Legos and race cars, like, why don't I have any of that? And I remember my mom and I were in Target, and she's like, you know what, you're a girl, and girls don't play with that, so, and you like playing with your Barbies, don't you? So what's wrong with that? And I just remember feeling like it was unfair that just because my name was Alicia and I was born a female, like, I couldn't play with boys' toys. And in 6th grade, I asked my mom if I could play the drums in band, and she said, no, you have to play a female instrument like the flute, which I ended up playing for 8 years, and I was the, first chair in my band for a few years, and it's like, that's great, but I wanted to play the drums, which I guess is viewed as more masculine. I don't know, see it as that, but that's another moment I remember. And then throughout high school, I was involved in drama, and we never had very many men come out for the plays, and so when we needed a male part, I always asked to be the male part. So I ended up having, I think altogether, 5 or 6 male roles in theater growing up, and my favorite one was my senior year. I got the lead role in a play, and it was just awesome. Like, I got to draw on a fucking goatee, and, like, I got to deepen my voice for the role, like, well, I guess for all the roles I did, but that one, like, I really tried hard to make sure I sounded male, and I got to wear a suit, and I binded for the first time, and when I look back on it now, like, I was so excited to play that role. It was just awesome, and I remember afterwards a lot of people said I did a really good job, and I think it was because, like, it was exciting for me to be able to present as male, and I also, my senior year, dressed up as Obama for Halloween, and I passed as a male the entire night. Like, everyone thought I was a guy, and I remember just feeling awesome about that, like, wearing the cologne and everything, and just feeling really great. So those are kind of my signs. So I guess as a kid, there wasn't too many, but definitely once after I hit puberty, I started to definitely feel different. But that difference, I didn't realize that was me wanting to be a boy. I thought it was me being gay because of my attraction to women. So that's kind of my story. And I know it's a little bit different than everyone else's. I know that, a lot of trans guys I know, they knew when they were 4 years old that they were boys. And for me, I think it was me being placed in a family that just really pushed femininity onto me, and it wasn't until I got out of that situation, meaning, going to college and getting to, dress the way I want, and wear my hair the way I want, that I realized that I didn't like being a girl at all. And it never really worked for me, and it finally made me understand, like, why trying so hard to feel, to fit in that female role just never worked for me, but the male role does, very much so. So that is my story, and yeah, I hope you guys don't mind that I'm posting this video a little early, but I just wanted to make sure I got it out this week, and I hope everyone had a good Easter, and I don't know how much else to say. So, I have my appointment. I have my follow-up appointment today for testosterone injections. I will find out, like, my results of my blood work today, and also I'm going to be talking about possibly freezing my eggs with an OBGYN. We'll see. I did some research on it. It seems like it's going to be pretty expensive, so I don't think I'm going to be, but I did want to check out that avenue. So, yeah, that's the news for me. I'll talk to you guys next week. Alright, peace out.